Can you see it? Can you hear me?
I can't see it.
You can or you cannot?
I hear you, but I can't see anything besides you.
Oh. Okay, let me try again. Oh, hold on. I have to actually hit something else here. Desktop.
Okay. Oh, yay.
Yay. You can see it?
Raven has started screen share. I don't see the PowerPoint yet.
Okay.
Where's my notebook? Don't start yet. I need to get my notebook. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
You can see the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. All right, let me make it bigger. I haven't done PowerPoint in like 10 years since college, so don't laugh.
We'll do them a lot with coaching. It's fun.
Okay. All right. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a program called Getting Things Done. I actually found out about this program at my last job. I was working at Corporation Service Company, and they had all of the managers take a conference about this program called Getting Things Done. It's like an actual national program. Like, companies use it all over the place, and the whole basis of it is just making lists to try to get things off of your mind. So for example, I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone through this, but I will have to do something like I have to get a jug of milk at the store, and I'll say to myself, I have to go get milk. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh man, I really need to go get milk. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, man, I got to write this out. Like, I really need milk. And then by the time the end of the day comes and you get the milk, you've thought about it 15 times. You've used way too much brain power just thinking about getting milk. So the whole idea is, if you write things down and you put them on your to-do list, it will take it out of your brain. You won't feel so overwhelmed, and you'll be able to work more efficiently. So that's kind of the whole basis of how it works. So how to start is, you need to decide what kind of system works for you for tracking your to-do list. So some people use a journal. Like I don't know if you can see me or just probably my screen, but I have this little journal that I keep with me that I write everything down in. I also use my computer. I use Google Docs. I'm not sure if anybody's really familiar with Google Docs, but it's a lifesaver for me. And I'm going to show my screen and show you guys how my system kind of works through Google Docs so you can get an idea. You can also use a binder. Like, I know people that carry ginormous binders with them with tabs and folders for reference material. So really, you just have to figure out what works for you, what system is best for you. Once you find that system, then you want to make the following lists: a in list, waiting for, project, and a someday maybe list. Now, you might have different names for these. I know I do, and again, I'll show you my list in a little bit, and we'll kind of get more into those lists. The next step is a brain sweep. So with a brain sweep, you want to take 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Some people may need an hour. Some people may need longer, but you want to find a nice quiet place, and it needs to be like at a good part of your day. Like 8 o'clock in the morning is not a great time for me. Kelsey kind of talked about this on our last call. Like, you have to find a time of the day where you're most productive and your brain's working efficiently. So find that time of the day, sit in a quiet room, turn off your phone, TV, computer. Well, unless you might need your computer to do your brain sweep, but any distraction, just get rid of any distractions. And literally, you want to write down or type anything that comes to your brain that you have to do. So it can be as simple as getting milk from the store, and it could be as complicated as planning your entire wedding. So anything that you can think of, you write it down. And the whole idea is that once you write all of this stuff down, you will feel so much better. It'll literally feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, Kelsey, I think you said you did the brain sweep last week.
Did, and it worked. So I texted you. I was like, Raven, that thing you actually told me to do really worked. I actually did it. And
Yeah, you do. It's like, oh wait, lift it. It's amazing.
I put my phone on airplane mode. I got rid of all distractions and just jotted down everything.
Yeah.
Guys, I guess is everyone muted? I don't know. I don't know where that's coming.
Keep hearing a kid. It's not mine, I promise.
I think everyone's good now. Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so after you do your brain sweep, you're going to have a whole list of all of the things that you need to do, and now it's time to start actually organizing the list. So here is a little chart, and I can send all this to everybody or post it in the coaches group when the call's done. But what you want to do is start taking your items and asking these questions. So first, is it actionable? So for example, say you get an email and it's from, Joe Schmo, and it says you just won $1 million. Well, no, that's trash. So you want to put that in this bin over here, the trash bin. But you might get an email from Carl Deichler, and it might say something about, I don't know, a promotion that they're doing next month, and you want to keep that. So that might go into your reference material. And then you're going to have a someday maybe list down here for any ideas or any reference material that you might want at another point, at some day. It's low priority. Then you have your items that are actionable. So then you want to then go down to process it. And the best thing to do is ask yourself, will it take less than 2 minutes to do this item? If it takes you less than 2 minutes, do it. Get it out of the way. Make your life easier. Get it off your plate. If it takes longer than 2 minutes, then you can either delegate it to somebody else to do, or you defer it. So you can put it in your calendar for a specific date. Maybe you want to work on it in 2 weeks, so you can actually do a calendar reminder to let yourself know that you need to work on it, or you put it in your hot list. Your hot list is like your to-do list once it's all organized and you kind of went through all of these steps. Then you're going to have your hot list of what you need to do next. Also, you'll have actionable items that are projects. So like a recent project that I'm working on is I'm doing a free clean eating challenge, which is going really well. And I can kind of consider that a project because it was multiple steps. So I'm actually going to go to the next slide here about projects. So if you have multiple steps to do, then it's considered a project. And what you want to do is you want to take the time to define each of those steps. So you really want to sit down, kind of like the brain sweep, and define what you're going to need to do. And of course, like you may need to add or delete as time goes on, but it's really important to take the time to define those steps, because I'm telling you, you will feel so much less overwhelmed. Projects a lot of times just overwhelm us in general because there's just so many things that have to be done, and you don't know where to start. And, before you know it, you just have prolonged it or procrastinated it because you're just overwhelmed by it. So this will really help with, starting to define the steps, and then you'll prioritize them. What's number one? What's number 2, 3, so on. You always want to make sure that one item that's on your project list is on your hot list or like your action list. It's really important because if you don't do that, then you could forget about a project, and you don't want to forget about a project. So I'll actually show you my list too on how I kind of break that down. And then with the Getting Things Done program, they really stress the weekly review. So once a week, you really want to take the time to look over your list. You want to do a brain sweep. The best part is if you're keeping up on your list and every day as new things are coming to you, you're organizing them, you won't have to take 30 minutes to do a brain sweep. Your brain sweep might be 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or maybe you need the whole half an hour if you really didn't keep up on it through the week. But it's however long that you need at that point. And then while you're doing it, your weekly review, you definitely want to make sure that each project has the one item on the action list. And it's always good to look through your someday maybe list, or what I call my ideas. because you have this great list and sometimes you forget to look back at it, and maybe, in the next week you have time to actually start working on something from your idea list. So it's really good to look at that weekly. So this is the last slide, and this is just kind of how the Getting Things Done program will help you. It'll increase efficiency. It's going to help with your time management. You're going to improve your organization, which is really going to help you feel a lot less overwhelmed. So now I wanted to just take a few minutes and actually show you my Google Docs.
Yay.
Yay. So I don't know, can you see this?
Yeah.
It should look like an Excel. Okay, you can see it. Take a second to kind of come up. So I have been using Google Docs, and there's an Excel spreadsheet. I know a lot of top coaches have actually been talking about this recently. So once I started hearing about it, I actually use Google Docs every day for work. So I was like, oh my God, that is brilliant. Like, let me start using this plan combined with Getting Things Done and see if I can make this more manageable for me. So I have all these tabs at the bottom. Again, you're going to want to find tabs that work well for you. These just kind of have been working well for me. I'm only 2 months into coaching, so I'm sure some people that have been in coaching a little bit longer probably have a lot more tabs at the bottom.
I don't even have a Google Doc, so.
Okay. Well, I'm sure once you get it, you'll have 50. So then my first tab is my hot list. So these are the things that I'm going to be working on within the next 1 to 2 days, things that are really important, that I want to, constantly be working on. The next tab I have is my customers tab. And I know they have something in the back office that's really similar to this, with your customer name, but I only kept the information that I thought was important. So I have their name, I have their email, because I thought maybe I could do like a mass email at some point, especially around the holidays, just wishing everybody happy holiday. Then I have whether they're on direct ship or not, because I think that's important. Just if they're not, then I want to kind of find out why and see if I can get them in that direction. The last contact date I have, so that way I can keep track and make sure. I really want to try to follow up with everybody, each week. So this will help if I, sort it and see that I haven't followed up with somebody since a certain date, then I know I need to do that. And then I have notes. So these kind of help me. I have people that are interested in certain things. So when I talk to them, I can kind of just jump in where I left off. And then next is my customer leads. And of course, it's still kind of a small list, but
Raven, can you alphabetize your contact list as you grow more? Like, can you do that?
Yeah. Yep. So if you go, I'm going to go back to it. If you hit the top bar, and then there's a filter button right here up at the top. I don't know if you see, I just clicked.
Yeah.
It might take a second to filter out because my
that's it. Okay.
is a little slow right now.
Cool.
But yeah, once you hit it, there's supposed to be little arrows that pop up right here, and then you can filter it. The good thing is you can filter it alphabetically. The bad thing is it doesn't, how in Excel, here we go, it finally showed up. In Excel, you can kind of color code things and then sort it. In Google Docs, it doesn't let you sort it by color. So that's the only thing that hasn't been as helpful as I like, but you could always transfer it to an Excel spreadsheet and sort it if you need to color code it for any reason.
Okay.
Okay, so hopefully this didn't freeze on me. I apologize. My internet seems to be a little bit slow.
You're fine, love.
Okay. Well, next is the customer leads. I was kind of on that. So that's just people that, I don't know where that is. I think that's because I hit the button once.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a little impatient. I'm like, click, click, click. So then, okay, here we go. That's my customer leads. Okay, well, I have my customer leads, and that's anybody that has shown any interest. I'm kind of keeping track. There we go. Keeping track of them with notes. And then there's a waiting section here at the bottom, because kind of like how I was showing you in the slides, there might be people that are waiting. You're waiting for a response from them to kind of move on. So my friend Tara's on vacation till October 3rd, so I know after the 3rd I'm going to need to follow up with her. Then you have your coaching leads. So these are just anybody who showed any interest in coaching or that I think has been doing really good in the challenge group. So I kind of want to keep track of their name. And then I started building a dream team here at the bottom. After talking to Kelsey, she said that I need to kind of work on envisioning my dream team. So I figured I better put it right in here so I can kind of look at it every day. And then my new project is I'm looking to start a blog. I watched this really great video that Melanie Mitchell did, and she was talking about how in the beginning stages of her business, she started a blog, and she would post on Facebook, like, check out this blog post. She would post on Instagram, and she said she got a lot of really great leads from her blog. So I think that's going to be a new direction I'm going in. So I kind of am looking at this as a project where I started breaking down, like, what are the steps to my project? And I have some ideas for blog posts that I want to do. So I'm kind of getting prepared for when I finally start that. And then back at my hot list, I actually have, like, find a website to host the blog. I have for customers that I have to follow up with, like, I put that on the hot list because that's the stuff that you're going to be doing within the next 1 to 2 days. And I want to make sure that I have something from each of these categories at the bottom in my hot list. So I'm constantly working each category. Another project was, like, I was just talking about in the slides, was the free challenge. So I kind of made, some different things that I would need to do to get the challenge going. And I've done a lot of these things so far. So I have, like, the prizes, the mini challenge, the football Sunday recipes. Those are all in my hot list because I'm going to be working on those within the next day or two. And then I started a daily tab because I know there's things as coaches that we should be doing daily, and I wanted to make sure that I had them right in front of me every day so that I know that I'm working on these things. So, of course, the request 3 to 5 friends on Facebook, follow 10 people on Instagram, eat clean, drink enough water, all that good stuff. It just kind of keeps me focused. If anybody knows of anything else that needs to be added to that, message me. And then I have an ideas tab, which is kind of looking slim right now. But any good ideas that come up from the videos that I'm watching, I want to start putting them in that tab. And then lastly is personal development books, because I'm sure you guys have all had the same issue where people are telling you all these great personal development books and you're like, yeah, I definitely need to get that. And then you completely forget about it. So this is the tab that I'm going to start keeping track of all of them so I know what I want to watch or what I want to read. So that's pretty much the whole getting things done system and how I use it. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Now, I know you just signed up as a coach, but you said you've been doing this for a little bit with Google Docs and everything. So I'm always like a paper pen type of girl. Do you think, like, I don't know how I would transition all my stuff to, like, my customers, or should I just, like, start from who I talk to tomorrow and put them in my customers list?
I think you should definitely start by brain sweeping, and if you can get even any back information that you mean, like, like your customers that you've already had. Is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah, there's so many because I've been in this now for almost a year.
I would try to get as many as you can on your list, and then,
I'm going back tonight, so I'm going to be bored at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
So if you need help, I look for things to do at night when I'm bored on night shift. So just a heads up, I could always help you put together a Google. I love computers, as you know.
I don't get it. You're yeah. Okay. Question. I'm good. Anyone else?
Hey, Kelsey, if you go in your customers section in the back office, you can go down the whole list of all your customers and just add them in there.
Okay, is that what you did? Because you just started using Google Docs a bit. Not you didn't start. Have you always been since you were a coach, Brooke?
I started writing, but then I got really hung up on rewriting because I really like colored pens and fonts and stuff. So I spend a lot more time rewriting my list.
So do you use Google Docs?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do, because it's easier because you can get it from anywhere too.
Okay. Gotcha.
That was really good, Raven, by the way.
Very good, Raven.
My first call. Woo-woo.
Girlfriend, you're gonna be a rock star. I'm serious. Like, wow.
Do you guys think it's beneficial? Do you think you guys could use it?
Mhm.
Okay.
The brain sweep for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome because, like, you do spend so much time thinking about everything you need to do rather than just doing it. I think it's.
I'm pretty sure I
really
bought
good.
about like 700 planners in the past couple months, and I just keep rewriting. Like every planner, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna highlight all this stuff that's Beachbody in pink, and everything with work that's blue. And then like every week, I buy a new planner, and it just nothing gets done because it's just like me continuously rewriting the same thing over and over and over.
Me too. That's me. My Post-it notes.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm like a Staples junkie, so like I don't do good with the paper and pen thing because otherwise I just get too much.
Yeah, but that was awesome, Raven. Seriously, so great. Mm-hmm.
And if you guys like to write things down, like you can always write it down and then go to like Google Docs or another system for actually organizing the information. So I'll use my phone a lot. Like if something pops in my head and I don't have Google Docs in front of me, I'll put it in like the notes section of my phone or like in a little journal, just somewhere where I can get to it later to make sure it gets processed in the right place.
Cool. Awesome. Whoa. Anything else? I know Ashley was going to talk.
I posted in the group earlier this week about one of the books that I started reading, and I started doing the personal development because Kelsey was like getting me into these books, and like all of a sudden now I like literally have about 40 books that I've been like actively reading and like in love with reading personal development books. And I posted about this, but I don't know if everyone here like saw it, but this is a book. It's called like Getting Past Your Past. And I like, obviously everyone's pasts are different and everybody has different situations that make them who they are. I've had some really crappy situations in my past. And I think a lot of those situations have held me back. And which is also why I started doing Shalene's Confidence Club, because the things that happened really kind of brought me down and made me feel like I was worth nothing, to be blunt with everyone. But this book called Getting Past Your Past is really, really awesome. About it, like teaches you like you're not the only one that feels these things. Like something strange that happens and gets you to become very anxious and depressed. And it's not like it's abnormal. It's like, it's because of like something that happened before. So even with like other challengers, like I think it's important to like, if there's other challengers that are like struggling or like having difficulty, like getting through like a challenge, or like, you know, they hit a block and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I've done everything I can and I'm not losing weight, or I'm not, you know, I lost weight, but I'm not losing any, I don't feel like I feel any better. I think it's like something that's like a really good book to bring up because it's really an easy read, and it's really like, it really lets you think into like what kind of causes like some of the emotions that are brought up when you're like stressed out and anxious and stuff. And I mean, I've had a lot of crap. So, so it really has like really helped me a lot. And I really like, it's like one of my favorite books I've ever read. And I never would have read it ever if I hadn't done Beachbody, because all of a sudden I started doing all these like personal development books, and I like randomly found it on Amazon, and it was like, now it's like my favorite book.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you're becoming more aware of that now. Like, because people will go through life thinking those things and not understanding where those feelings are coming from. But the fact that you're aware from those like life situations that happened in the past, you're able to work through them and get over them, and not to let them like put limitations on you anymore and stuff.
Exactly. So. And like, I know like a lot of our challengers, like whether they like, they might not even tell us, it might be more of like because like when I first started, I mean, Kels might have known a few things from the sorority, but like, I don't know at the same time, but like.
I had no idea about your past though.
Exactly. So like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like people may not know. And like, you know, I have some challengers that are starting this month that like, there's a lot of crap in their past. And like, they want to get past it, and they want to become stronger. And like, honestly, I feel like, you know, I got more in shape and all this with Beachbody, but I feel like it's also caused me to become so much more, like, I'm so proud of like who I've become and like the friends that I've gained through this. Like, I think that's like a really important point to push. Like when people are asking you questions and stuff, I think that's like really important, because it really does give you like it's like a whole new family. Like you get a whole family of people that are like ready to like help you.
No, it's so true though. I love that. And it's not just the physical, it's the mental, spiritual, emotional, everything all at once. And that's like why we're coaches. We're not distributors. I love that, Al. Thanks. Anything else besides before Ashley talks? Ash, do you want to say something? Oh.
Okay, sorry guys. It has been.
Get it, mom life.
Great birth control. I was trying to get rid of that. I got a couple things actually, you guys. Like, Raven, you rock. That was awesome.
Thank you.
You know what? Like, Raven, seriously, I have been like debating doing Google Docs, or I think it's Asana or Asana, I don't know how you say it, forever. And, you know, I looked into it a little bit, but I am not a computer person. And that really just helped me so much, because I'm a paper and pen girl, but man, I am like, my papers are everywhere. So, I mean, I really need to get organized. And I think, gosh, I really just need to do it online. So I'm like motivated to do that now. And I'm with you, Kels, like, oh gosh, how am I going to get everybody in there? But it's cool. You need to do it. That is important. So make sure you do get everybody in there. I wanted to let you know. Because like she said, like you can send out like, hey, you know, Christmas little things, and you can get everybody on an email that you can be sending out an email for, you know, a monthly email or whatever. I think Brooke does that too. I know Brandy Bots does it, and I think Lauren does it. So anyway, I think that's a great idea, and it's such a great place to like have everybody all listed right there for you. A couple of things. I talked to one of my coaches earlier today, and she is talking about like having a little bit of issue with just kind of cold inviting people to our either like a group for coaching or just coaching in general. And I was wondering if like you guys have that kind of issue too, and like if anybody wants to also help me in, you know, saying what you guys have been doing. I don't know if you guys know this, but in our Smash Revolution file section, there is a write-up literally of what Brandy Bots says to everyone. It's kind of just like, hey girl, you know, like I was thinking about you, and you know, blah blah blah, and I thought, you know, this coaching group could be something you'd be interested in or whatever, you know. It's just, and this is after she's been talking to these people and building relationships with these people, guys. And just like Jen Richardson the other day when I posted that thing about how she gets people on Instagram, and, you know, she's building these relationships with these people, and then all of a sudden she just gives them this hey girl message and says, you know, invites into this group, and, you know, she invites 40 or whatever. And then so many, you know, she does the numbers for us, but she's getting like 10 coaches a month by doing this. Like, it's so important for us to be cold inviting as well. But it is most important for us to be building these relationships with these people first. And continuing. I mean, I know it gets so crazy because there are so many people we end up talking to, but just, you know, I don't know, like make your list and work from your list, and, you know, go back like, you know, for the two weeks before or whatever, and just keep working those people, and then work this, you know what I mean? Just, and then, but always like don't forget there's other people that, you know, you've been talking to all along. You know, make sure you put them in that Google Doc. You know, you want to follow up with this person in a month or whatever. So yeah, so you guys know, go to that files. It's called Promoting the Business file in Smash, and then just literally y'all can just personalize it a little bit, copy it, and then also in FitForce, in their Google Doc of FitForce, I'm pretty sure I actually have it in the actual FitForce Google Doc in the file section of Smash as well. But you can go into that, and I think it's FitForce 13 is the password to get into it, guys. And there are so many different calls, and she has them all listed. I mean, we don't have to recreate the wheel, guys. all the calls, like say you have a single mom or a working mom or just a working college student or whatever, there's calls for, to send those people as recordings, and make sure once you send them these calls that you are setting a follow-up. Say, okay, if I send you this call tonight, can you listen to it tonight, and I'll like send you a message tomorrow and we'll talk about it or whatever. Make sure you're planning on, you set that meeting up that you're going to talk to them. Otherwise, you guys know as well as I do, it gets lost in the shuffle, and then maybe they forget, and then they just don't do it. But if you guys keep following up and following up and following up, you'll start gaining traction with people, guys, and they'll take you seriously and make stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to talk about, a little bit about that, and give you guys a couple of different areas you can go and look into, how to invite better. Anybody else want to add something that's really been working for you lately, adding coaches, whether it's cold invites or, in our coaching groups? Or
all I know, what I've been finding with myself is this is like the importance of consistency. I've never in my life had so many random messages about coaching. I'm serious. I get two messages a day asking me what this coaching thing I do talk about. Like, I haven't honestly been cold inviting or even doing call to action posts much, because I'm so overwhelmed by how many people are messaging me that've been following me for the past year, wanting to know what this coaching thing is. And it seems like it's changed your life. I want to be a part of it. So I just want to let you guys know, especially the new coaches, that's how important it is to stay consistent and not have like moments of, you're on for a month and you're off for a month, you're on for a month, you're off for a month. Because the reason why I think they're commenting, messaging me just now is because they were just following me to see if this is not a fad or anything, that they know I'm in this for the long haul. I'm very serious about my business and I treat it like a business, so they know they can come to me and trust me and know that I'm not just going to leave them hanging.
Right. It's very key also. You're right. Anybody else? Anything working really, really well for you?
This is like so stupid, and I'm sure it's been answered a million times because
I've watched. That's your problem. Don't ever say that.
Yeah.
I know Shalene would kill me right now. Anyway. But I just feel like I get to a point where like I don't know where to find people. Like it sounds not stupid, but it's like I'm not a mom. I don't have kids. I'm not getting married. I'm kind of like just like hanging in my apartment. Like I'm like watching Netflix, like drinking my wine before I go to bed. And like I can't hashtag like drinking wine before bed. It's like no one else drinking wine before bed is going to be like, yeah, let's become a coach. Like I don't know. I just feel like does anybody else have like any ideas of like ways or like groups or like types of people that you can get, like, because like I feel like the things that I'm like would hashtag is just like not someone that's interested in like in getting into this, because like I just kind of like I do my work at the hospital and then I come home and like I'm like totally like I'm gonna veg in front of the television, I'll work out, I'll veg in front of the television, drink Shakeology, but nothing like personal, like nothing like, oh, I'm going to take care of my kids and work out. Like, I'm going to walk in my room, put on my workout clothes, work out, shower, and lay in bed for the rest of the day.
And Allie, you being you, that's all you need to be. You don't need to be a mom. You don't need to,
But I just feel like I'm finding it hard to find, like, new people. Like,
Allie, I'll just say, how many friends do you have on Facebook?
I don't know.
Like 300, 400, 500? There you go. Continue to add people.
I've been going to that like your friends thing where it's like fine. I've been just kind of adding people. I don't know who they are. They could literally be serial.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and can get better at you've gotten a lot better since you signed up, but continue to get better on being more consistent on Facebook.
Yeah, I've been insecure with that, but my courageous confidence has been helping me a little bit. So.
That's where you have to start, though.
For sure. There's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I actually talked to Lauren the other day about we kind of got away from doing the like pages because we weren't getting a lot of traction on them. But she's saying now that get back on it. Everybody needs to have a business like page and, put aside an amount of money that you want to, put into that a month for, promoting yourself, whether it be like a workout video that you put up with or a recipe that you promote yourself with, but pick like a good post once a week and promote it for however much money that you can do. I know like Lauren, she spends $300 a month on, promoting herself, but she can do that. Y'all do what you can, $5 here, $5 there, invest $20 into your business by promoting yourself 4 times a month. Like I know you guys can do that. And it'll start gaining traction and start getting you likes and actual like people who matter, like real leads that'll start following you and that you can start interacting with. She said that she's just started vamped up her like page and just started really going for it and boosting things, and she's like getting a ton of people in. Maybe I'll like this, so I've been working on what I'm doing for mine, so maybe like in the next couple weeks I'll like just do a ton of stuff on my page and like get stuff going, and then I want to tell you guys exactly what I'm doing because Lauren kind of just already told me exactly what she's doing. So I'm going to do exactly what she's doing, and then I'll let you guys know, okay, this is what I'm doing. Follow my lead. So I want you guys to be doing the exact same things I am, because she says like she's getting most of her stuff off of her like page now again, because she's revamped it and she's promoting it and people are seeing it and actually contacting her and, liking her page and this and that. So, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what to be doing, because she just gave me this huge calendar and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do it myself.
Do you think we should, I know, because Raven and I were talking about this last night too. Do you think though, especially you should still continue to like get people from your personal page?
Yes,
especially if you're a newer coach. Like I know for me, I do a lot of my like page now, but that's just because I've already gained a following.
Right. I think it's important I started my like page right away. And I got a lot of people right away, but then Facebook changed what the business page was all about. But I say do it right away. You have your warm market already on your Facebook page. You're going to be adding people to that every single day. And what this business like page is going to be doing, it's going to be just, also adding people to you by getting you likes and this and that, by your promoting things and you just being consistent in there. And then that'll get you more followers, guys. And then when you start talking to these people, you can send them over to your real face, your, personal page and, start talking on there. It's just easier to talk on there, I feel. So yes, always be doing that. And then also like I started, just here and there, like once a day doing Instagram, and I've gotten like a ton of followers all of a sudden. And I'm like, this is so weird because I don't even know what I'm doing, but y'all, I'm really slow with Instagram, but I'm doing it, so that's another thing. Like ever since Jen Richardson said, hey, this is what I do. I follow 10 people a day and I start talking to them and like, are you kidding me? Jen, and this is all she did because she really started her business on Instagram. Because when I first met Jen, she did my website actually. She wasn't even coaching really. She was just like, whatever, I'm doing this, my computer stuff and, designing stuff. And then boom, like she just started slowly like getting on Instagram because like she said, she didn't have very many followers or friends. She just kept consistent every day, did this exact thing every single day. And she is a top coach, guys. So that can be us. That could be any one of us. Just it's the consistency in doing the business. And she's a busy mom of 2 and she had a full-time job and she was doing websites on the side. Like, like, are you serious? I think like my life's crazy. Like that'd be crazy. And she, did it.
Oh.
So can you. It's just like action steps that we need to be doing every day. So yeah, so I'm going to do that for you guys too. Probably in the next couple of weeks and then I'll do a call, like make a big thing about it. So we can be like, all right, everyone's going to do a like page. Okay. So we'll do that. Also, one other thing I want to talk about really quick before we get off or if Kelsey wants to add anything is I kind of been noticing, and I know other coaches have been noticing too, like we're not getting much action on like our new coach posts. Like if we get a new coach, guys, please. I asked you this last week, but still I didn't see very many people. I can see who looks at these posts. I know you guys are on our pages. Like literally don't just click like. Say, welcome, lady. Welcome to the team. It's just welcome. I don't care. It takes 2 seconds. If I see your name on there and y'all didn't say welcome and you just click like or just, you know, was one of the same people, I'm going to call you out. I'm serious, because you guys, I don't know if like you realize like how much that meant to you when, you know, when you were added, you're like, oh, this, I feel important. Like, I'm part of something. They need to be feeling that too. Like 1 or 2 welcomes is not enough, guys, like at all.
We need to
like
show them
the more we bring them, exactly, the more we show them the love, and like all of us, you know, like 50 people on that, they're like, holy crap, this is huge. You know, like, I'm so excited to be part of this. This is something, you know, just a couple likes is like, nobody cares about me, but we do care. Cause you know, like Kelsey signing up that coach under you is going to help you. So you welcome that girl because she's going to help you make money. So, you know, it's so important, guys. I cannot stress it enough, just to be welcoming, you know, help the new girls who are asking questions out. If you know the answer, don't feel like you can't answer the question on there. Anybody can answer questions on there. It's a part of learning too, is helping others. So
exactly. We're a team. Like we're a team, and we want to continue that team like environment atmosphere, and welcoming and showing them love is so important. It's just 2 to 3 seconds it'll take.
Exactly. And maybe like 2-3 times a day is what we're getting new coaches. So, I mean, y'all, you can do it, you know.
I'm guilty and not liking or commenting on everything. But on that, and like, I will now, like, I'll probably just sit and like comment on everybody. But I feel like it's also the same with like the groups. Like we have like the new group coming up, like with the, you know, we're starting the 9/28 fall October fit or whatever it's called. And like when we're all posting, like I'm so excited to have so-and-so join, and there's like one person that likes it, and like one person or 2 people, and one of them is the person that's being tagged in the picture. Like, I feel like that looks bad because, like, I remember when I first was, like, part of it, and Kelsey, like, welcomed me, like, oh, my God, I'm so excited Ali Fife decided to join. And, like, 3,000 people were like, woo! All of a sudden, I was like, oh, my God, like, wow, this is awesome. And, like, that's really what got me, like, pumped to start, and then that's what really made me want to keep going. So like I think that like obviously like I know I haven't been the best with posting on like the new coaches, but I do think it's important also with like the new groups that we have, like we all have to make sure that we're like commenting and like making the people that are like we're all announcing, at least even if it is just a like for that situation, like it's something that like the new people like that aren't used to how we all work as a team, like to them that's like, oh my God, like wow, there's like 5,000 people that just liked the post saying that I'm starting this month. Like that's awesome. That's really cool. So I think that's like really important.
Yeah, that goes back to like the team thing too. Like you have challengers, don't just pay attention to your challengers. Like you want to pay attention to everyone. Like make sure because that just creates a whole culture of like then challengers will be engaging with other challengers and stuff. If you're not just commenting on your people's posts, like comment on everyone's, make friends.
I'm guilty. I haven't I saw Kelsey made it and I haven't even added my girl yet. Or my girls yet. So
it's still preseason week.
I know, but I still need to be in there too, and I just haven't gotten a chance. So you're right though. And, you know, I'm really. Can you guys see me? My internet says it's going out, but I'm really not used to. I don't know how I feel all the way about and like until now, Ali. I'm so glad that you said that you were so happy that people, you know, were welcoming you into it, because I was like, oh man, it makes the whole page so cluttered. But you know,
I think too. Yes.
If we did this week, it's okay, you know, but after that, guys, when it gets so crazy, like, and people are posting other things and, you know, then don't add that unless you add it to a comment already, you know, like a comment section or whatever. Maybe we should even just do that. Like, you know, have a big, you know, welcome to the group, and then just, you know, add it to the comments, like this person, you know, and then push like or something. That way, I think it's
so minute, but like it's such like when this is like the first time you've done something like this, and like when I first started this, like I had never in a million years even like thought about being like, oh, let's do some like
virtual
online challenge fitness something or other, and like all of a sudden I was like, all right, like I'll just join. So then like, you know, 5 minutes later, Kelsey's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And then I was like, wow, like these people are really cool. Like these are people like, you know, like obviously I loved Kelsey from like my sorority, but like these people are like really like, they're like a big team, and like it makes you feel like really close with other people. And like you know, from then till now, like I can pretty much say like I've made a pretty big group of friends just by doing this. And like, I don't think I would have been as into it if I hadn't been as like open-armed into the group as I was. Right. And so like, I think that even though it seems like, it might seem silly, like at first, like I think that like when I'm looking back, like that made such a big impact on like how I thought of like this team. Like I remember like Ashley posted something on mine, like, oh my God, we're so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl seems like she's like in charge of this. Like she's like a big head person. And like, I have like, you know, like I was like, oh my God, like, you know, so like these people don't know, they're brand new. So like, it's like important to like make them all feel like they're being like reached out to by like other people that are involved. Cause I think that really makes a huge difference in like, even not just the coaches, but like the people, even if they don't become coaches, like if they continue to get Shakeology and stuff, like that's, you know, that's still benefiting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. Good point. So yeah, everybody just, you know, take 5 minutes out of your time, you know, and just jump into those challenge groups and, you know, post something or, you know, comment on, you don't have to comment on everybody, just comment on a couple people's stuff and, you know, definitely like or welcome people and definitely like and welcome our new coaches. Cause it's
for sure.
Big time. So
that's will track you down.
I will.
Yeah, I can see who likes it too in Soul Beauty Coaches. So I'm doing the same.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm just be, you know, just be there for them, guys.
Put yourself in their position. That's what we should always do. Put yourself.
You know, they're scared to death and don't have a clue what's going on. You know, and with us. So let's show them and welcome them with open arms, guys. Seriously, let's do it. And then, you know, the more we do it, the other coaches that aren't even on this call will see it and they're like, okay, I better start doing it. And maybe I'll make a post and, you know, Smash 2 and say, everybody needs to be welcoming and hopefully everybody listens.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So that's all I really had, guys. If you guys need help with anything, let me know. You know, I'm always available.
Guys, seriously, the Emerald group starting tomorrow.
Yes, it's
I'll go Emerald again. Or if you guys aren't Emerald, you guys will go Emerald.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like literally like crunch time, guys. It's the end of the year, and I cannot stress you enough. I mean, ask Brooke. This end of the year push sets you up for next year. Right, Brooke? Or did you not do it this year?
Huh?
You pushed the end of the year last year.
I did not.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. And then look, Brooke like took off and she's like a top 100 team. Like,
so Brooke, did you stayed like consistent like November and December?
I would say December is really when I.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I just know like, I mean, this is my third year. Like seriously, like October, November, December. I mean, they're harder months, guys, and you got to work a little harder. And you may not get the challengers that you want, but those people will come to you in January and February. So that's where, you know, and it's not even about getting the challengers as much as like, just be consistent, be excited about this business. And people will, like Kelsey said, like they'll start coming to you about coaching and your challenge groups and this and that. Like, I love it when I get a random person that maybe I talked to a year or two ago, or, you know, just somebody said, I've seen your stuff. Like, what is this about? Like, I love that. Like, that is what I live for. I'm like, woo! Because that's like a freebie, you know? Like, they just been following you a little bit. You didn't have to work for it, and they're ready. You know, I just had one of those. Like, someone was like, okay, you know, I talked to her, I think like a year and a half ago, and she's like, I'm ready. And I'm like, woohoo! You know, like, yes. And then she's like, I'm signing up right now. And I'm like, okay, you know? So she did. And that's what's so fun, you guys. Like, so that's what you want to be so consistent for. So once, you know, you get that consistency and you get the momentum going, that will happen to you. Believe it will happen to you. It may sound daunting and it takes a while, but the consistency, I literally live by the 3-month consistency rule. Like at 3 months, you'll really start seeing a difference as long as you stay consistent. And 3 months, I mean, it's a long time when you're a new coach, or you're just, you know, you're thinking, oh, I'm not even making anything yet. Maybe this isn't working, but seriously, like, you can't, you know, they didn't build Rome overnight, guys. It takes time, but it's not to say that it can't just take off, you know? So
yeah, saying too, like, really evaluate yourself as well. Like, if you think you are being consistent, are you really being consistent? Like, what are you posting and stuff like that. So, because I found that people are saying, well, I am posting, but are you posting like consistently 2 times a day, or what are you exactly posting? Sharing someone's post is not considered a post, in my opinion. It's making your own personal content and stuff like that.
It's literally, you guys, like, post with intent.
Yes,
intent.
I love that. Post with intent.
Don't just post something to get something out. Like, I'm guilty too. I do it too. Sometimes I'm like, I didn't make a post. But literally, like, if y'all sit down and plan out your posts and be intentional, which is why, like, I'm going to put, like, I put on Mondays and I forgot to put on Tuesdays today, but I'm going to put all the weeks. Jen Richardson, this is her plan, Monday through Friday, every day. I mean, what she posts, 3 things, 3 intentional posts. If you can sit down on Sunday or Saturday, whenever you have a chance, and plan out those exact posts for your, week, a couple of them, leave out like, okay, share what you work out today or what. I usually can just do a quick workout post, like no big deal, So if you can plan those things out, and you don't even have to like put them into, those like Hootsuite or anything. You can do them yourself, just have them in a folder and just boom, knock them out, and then put them on your Instagram too. Don't share them to Instagram, put them on Instagram, like separately, and then put them on your like page, which you guys are going to be making. Like, I know it sounds like a lot, but there's going to be 3 things you're going to be posting to or more, or whatever you guys are doing, but you need to stay consistent with it. Consistently post your stuff to whatever those, main things you are going to be trying to reach people. And that's going to help you so much too, Allie, with finding people. Is just you're staying consistent and people will start coming to you. So you're doing great, girl. I'm really proud of you. And even I'm really proud of you.
Let me just say that back in February, if Kelsey would have been like, hey, Al, like, post something about, like, I don't know, anything. I didn't even post statuses on Facebook. Like, I was a person that just had a Facebook just to, like, when I was in college, I would black out and post some stupid thing about eating pizza. But, like, after college, I never posted anything. So, like, if Kelsey would have said to me in February, like, Al, like, you're going to be, like, give yourself 5 months and you're going to be posting about, like, anything, regardless of if it has to do with Beachbody, working out, redecorating your room, whatever it is, I would have been like, you're hilarious, Kels. Like, you really are hilarious. So, like, it really, like, it's a slow process, but, like, I feel like it definitely is coming.
Right. You've come so far, Allie, but just try to get more better at consistency, because like, your job and stuff, this is like your happy place. So really push it in this.
Yeah, because my job blows.
Yeah, I'm saying though, you can do this full time if you really wanted to.
That's where we're headed.
Exactly. Believe, guys. It's all about what you believe. Seriously, do your personal development.
And it's okay. So I'm starting to, it's kind of like, I hate the fact that I can't blame anyone anymore. Like, I can't blame when I'm like, that's what I hate about doing personal development though, is because I can't point fingers anymore. You have to take accountability for your actions, for your decisions, for how you're feeling and everything. But in a way, it's kind of like reassuring that I have full control over everything. You do. So that you have no one to blame but yourself.
I mean, in this business, it's hard too, but when you think about, okay, when you're starting to rank advance and, you have people and then they drop and then you're like, and you can't control, that's hard. And I know, like, a couple of us coaches who have been going through that, like, that is hard. And, I feel it, and that you can't control. You can only do so much to inspire your coaches to do what they say they want, and I know you want it just as bad for them as they want it, if not more, and that's it's such a struggle when, like, they just aren't doing what they say they want to do. And that's something you can't control, guys. But everything else, like in your business, other than ranking and what other people are doing in their businesses, everything in your business is what you are controlling. And that's what's so great about being your own CEO, guys. Like, and, being able to work when you can and,
Can I piggyback off that? Like, I understand how that feels too. Like, Ashley, like you're constantly like doubting yourself. Like, what am I doing wrong? But no, you can't have that mindset, because you're doing everything right, and you got to run and work with the girls that want to be helped. And that too, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So if you sign up 2 coaches and they say they're all in, don't put your eggs all in one basket. Continue to grow your business too, because I've learned that. recently
Yeah.
too. You
I know
can't
it
do
gets
that.
scary when you're starting to sign coaches. You're like, what do I do with these coaches? You know, it gets a little scary, but don't. And I was just like that, Kelsey. Like I'd freeze. I'd be like, okay, I got 2 coaches. I really got to work out these 2 coaches. But you know what? These 2 coaches will like see what you're doing and follow you if they're really going to work the business,
Yes.
guys. Like, and it's literally like 1 in 10 will really work their business. So y'all just have to stay focused and get, you know, it is quality over quantity, but literally 1 in 10 if you look at it in numbers wise. So don't get discouraged when you have like these coaches that come in like, you know, they're gonna rock. I mean, I have a couple of them sitting like in the wings, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna do it this week, Ash, and then I'm like, okay, well, let's get on the call, let's whatever, and then, you know, like, okay, can we start next week? I mean, and it's been going on like this, and I'm like, you would rock, just come on, you know, but whatever, to each their own. It's all about timing, and they're just sitting on their business right now, and that's okay. Because, you know, I know when they're ready, we're going to take off. So you guys just got to keep finding those others and just, you know, like Kelsey said, Emerald, just keep becoming Emerald over and over and over again. And that's how you're going to.
I never want to stop, because that's what I did. I stopped trying to get coaches because I'm like, I have enough, but it's never enough, because those coaches will follow you like they just do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, before we get off, can we do one of those pictures so I can have a picture of like
Yeah, can someone take it? Because I always screw up taking it.
I don't know how. How do you do it?
I got it.
I can take one too if everybody smiles.
Okay.
Right, you go ahead.
Hold on, we gotta get it situated. All right, everybody. No, why is that not working? Oh yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure you moved before the picture was taken. Everybody else is still, and I just see it. I was like,
That's okay.
it's all good.
Yes, post that in the group.
I'll post it.
I just wanted to say hi, everyone. It's 4:00 in the morning here, but I just signed up to be a coach like 10 hours ago, so my mind's just kind of, you know, everywhere.
I'm so happy you got on.
Hold on.
Wow, where is she from?
Is she in Germany? No, is it Germany? She's Sarah's new coach. Yeah, I don't know. Is she leave?
Sorry. I have a sick baby sleeping on the couch, and my husband's upstairs, so it's a little chaotic.
Allie, welcome to the team.
I'm so happy you got on. That's so cool.
I was wondering if that was her.
I know, and I have a coach from Fiji that to get on all the time. So.
Oh,
Welcome to the team, buddy.
welcome to the team, love.
Can you say hi?
Aw. It's great to have you, Allie.
Oh, thanks. My mind's was a little all over the place, so I took a bunch of notes, but this helped a lot.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Where are you at?
I'm in Germany.
Easy.
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's